Good morning and welcome to a brand new week. It's less than 2 weeks till Christmas now. Do you know, I think a lot of the country have woken up to snow this morning, but not us. Just frost. I'm just getting up. Let's get these tree lights on. Oh, lovely. Izzy's gone off to college already, so it's just me on my own again. I am going to IB's at some point during this week for a bit of work, but not rehearsal because Dan can't make it this week. I'm gonna go make some coffee now, get myself organised for the day. Oh, and this puzzle is starting to do my head in now. I can't fit those bits in, and I think what's happened is some of these are wrong, and I don't know which ones, and I just, oh dear. I was so impatient to finish it because I wanted to start my new one. Even Izzy started to lean over last night and start fiddling around with it. Coffee pot is on. I had a bit of a thought yesterday and I suddenly was like, oh, this is going to be the last Christmas of me having a child because next year she'll be 18. But I'm okay with it. I'm not like grieving or anything because she's happy with the direction she's heading in life, and I'm quite excited for her future and her adventures ahead. So I'm cool there. I've just been experimenting with hair. Look, absolutely ages ago. Have I gone out of focus again? Absolutely ages ago I bought, what are they called, bun donuts, and I also bought some fake hair that's similar colour to mine to wrap around it, because when I tried to use the bun donut my hair is literally so thin I couldn't cover the bun donut and you could see the colour of it showing through, so it just looked completely ridiculous. But I just suddenly remembered about this hairy bun donut and I've shoved it in and it seems to be okay. It looks a bit weird. I'm not used to seeing myself like it, but I'm going with it today. We've had a Christmas card come through the door from one of the neighbours. Ooh, lap cam. Ta-da! Have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you. Just going to see which one. Ah, yes. The lady and gentleman who live opposite. I must get on my Christmas cards. I still haven't done it. Other Christmassy things to mention is I started putting the tree chocolates on last night while Izzy was here. She was too shattered to do it, so I did it and chatted to her while I was doing it, but I've only put one lot on so far, so I'm going to put the others on later. There they are, the home bargains, 99p for 7 ones. Anyway, I've got the vlog up, had a wash, got dressed. I'm running 2 days ahead at the moment. I've just published the vlog for, well, set it to pre-publish for tomorrow evening. And the reason I'm doing this is because one day this week, I know I've got coming up an evening out followed by a day of work in the office at IB. So I have to be a day ahead so that day when I just literally won't be able to get it turned around quick enough. I'll have it there ready and then I can just carry on after that. So I like miss a day of editing. I'll still film and everything, probably still vlog it, but not actually edit it and, you know, do all the thumbnail and all that stuff. So anyway, that's why you have to think ahead when you're a vlogger. If I didn't have a day off uploading once a week, I couldn't do this. So that, yeah, being a 6 days a week vlogger, it just gives me that leeway, but I do have to look ahead at the diary. Right, I'm not going to be able to get one out that day. Vlog right through the weekend but miss the upload then, and then yeah. Do you know what, when I was waiting for my second coffee to warm up earlier I had a bit of a puzzle frenzy. Oh, that looks wrong. That looks wrong. This is what happens, right? What I need to do is roll it up in the day, because this happens. I'm just like, oh, my eye wanders over. No, I don't know if that's right either. Oh, maybe that's wrong. Oh, this is what happens. No, I just need to roll it up. That's not right either. Oh, maybe it was okay where it was. I don't know. Anyway, I've come to that point in the day where I sit down with my diary and my phone diary, consolidate the two into a list for the day. I usually put too much on it, but it's okay because I've got a day at home tomorrow as well before I head out in the evening. So if I don't do it today, I can shunt it over onto tomorrow's, but I'm going to make a start on that now. My first step in this process is to check the day before's to-do list and see if I missed anything, and unbelievably it's all done for Saturday and Sunday. I can't believe it. I will check my phone app as well in my calendar app, but I think it must be all done because I've consolidated them down onto the paper anyway. So that's a bonus, because I'm usually putting yesterday's onto today's first. Quite a lot of things already. Let's check my phone, see if there's anything I need to add. Oh yeah, one thing. And I can do it now. I wanted to say a big thank you to Benedict and Dom for the super thanks that they donated yesterday to the channel. Thank you so much for that. It helps to go towards the costs of running the channel. I know what I'm doing for the day now. I'm not going to film it, but first of all I'm going to do my hour of flute practice just to get that done while I've still got lots of energy and I'm not starving hungry, because I keep sabotaging my practice by leaving it too soon before lunch, but not today. Flute practice is not going well, but look, I did it. I was just thinking, I'll just make myself a cup of tea. I'll just quickly put some puzzle pieces in while that's steeping. Stewed tea. But no, literally that did just take me about 3 minutes. I went into a frenzy of desperation and my fresh eyes saw things that my tired eyes yesterday didn't see. Does anybody else just want to stroke the puzzle? Well, they've just finished it. It's a thing, I'm sure it is. About an hour later, and what do you think I'm up to now? Yeah, practicing the vocals for Feed the World. Familiarising myself properly with all the nuances of it, because I was proper winging it in the rehearsal before. One thing I will say is the first note, the very first note, is too low for me, and it comes a couple of times. Is that low? It's Christmas time. Then I'm all right then, once I've got off that note. But the whole purpose of this, oh, I've got a really mucky screen. Now I've put myself out of focus. The whole purpose of this is other people in the pub are going to be singing along with sheets with lyrics on, so it doesn't really matter if I'm not perfect, but you know, bitchy about that first note. Actually, thinking about it now, you can understand why Band-Aid's Do They Know It's Christmas would have such a big vocal range, basically because there's so many different singers singing it. People with higher voices could sing the higher bits, people with lower voices, like this one here, could sing the really low bits, and so that's how it worked, but a bit difficult for one singer. I've discovered that I've been singing quite a few little notes here and there wrong, and also some of the singers kind of ease into it before the start of the beat, whereas I've just been coming in on the beat. So there's little things like that that I'm kind of just assimilating, if that's the word. And they look so young. This was 1984 apparently. I was 9. These were like all the big grown-ups to me in those days. Now they're like barely out of school. Time to get some lunch. Bit dark in here, isn't it? I'm gonna have a bit of a leftoversy lunch. I did way too many greens on purpose yesterday because I wanted to have them today. I also did too much mash on purpose. I kept that in the fridge overnight. So anyway, I'm gonna microwave that and have it with a bit of this that I got from Lidl's yesterday, reduced to clear. I'm in the process of doing one of my legendary botch jobs. My cling film I like to have hanging off this bit of string between these two little hooks here on the inside of my cupboard, and I've positioned them just so they go there so they don't touch against anything. But anyway, that was the size of that roll when I made that plan. This is the size of the new roll, so I'm just extending it with a couple of elastic bands. Hopefully this will go in now and not be silly. If not, I'll have to tie a weight or something to it, or maybe I will anyway. These rings, just whatever comes to hand, you know how it is. Right, will that go through? Yes, hopefully we get the ring off now. Will this be too boingy though? That's the question now, isn't it? Works a dream anyway, and I just use a pair of scissors. Not sure if that's in shot. No, it's not. Yeah, there we are. So I just use a pair of scissors to cut it off, and I've always got scissors in the drawer down here. So yeah, that's my cling filming. All that because I just wanted to wrap that up before I put it back in the fridge. And there's my dinner, well, my lunch. 2:20, so it's admin o'clock again now. But actually the first thing I'm going to do is ring that camera centre, see if they've got any news on my camera. I want to get it back. If I could get it back tomorrow, that could be okay, or maybe the next day or the day after. I'm not quite sure how my travel logistics are going between various things over the next few days, but I need to know before leaving for IB's tomorrow, because if I'm going to pick it up, I've got to take that big chunky camera that they've lent me to exchange. Otherwise I won't need to take it.
Press 2 to be put through to our card store. Press
Ah, okay, so it turns out the camera repair centre has been trying to get hold of me for over a week, and I've been checking my answer phone. I haven't had any messages, but they've been trying to ring me apparently. They want some sample footage, so I've got a horrible feeling this has been delayed now by a week, but we'll see. So I'm going to quickly upload a video and put it as unlisted on my channel with all the clicks and bangs and things on it, and yeah, do that. And give them a ring, direct them to where it is. I've had no luck. I've rung them, left a message. Oh, so frustrated. I just want my camera. Oh, I'm so frustrated. It was such an anticlimax. I'm at the point now I'd rather just have the clicks on the audio and edit them out than not have the camera. I really am at that point. Anyway, in the meantime, I have several band admin tasks that I need to get on with. I've got on my list, so I'm going to do that now. Right, it's quite a bit later. This is a very haggard looking me. Right, 2 bits of information for you, 2 updates. So I spoke to the camera repairman. They tried to call me once. I've looked through my phone, 1st of December I think it was, absolutely ages ago. They didn't leave a message and they didn't try again. I just thought it was one of those sales calls. I noticed I'd missed it at the time. I thought, oh, if it's important they'll leave a message or they'll ring back, and they didn't do either. So for all that time, no progress has been made. They've tested it and tested it and tested it. They filmed like 200 hours worth of footage or something and not got one single bit of noise on the audio, so they don't think there's anything wrong with it. So he asked could I please send some of the sample clicks, which I have now done via WhatsApp. Took me ages to figure out how to do that because I was trying to get it set up on my MacBook. In the end I gave up and just used it on my phone because it just wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. Oh, I've got a shadow. Oh, how annoying. So I'm no closer to getting my camera. I reckon it might be another couple of weeks now. I'm at the point now where if they don't even think the fault exists, just take it back, get a refund and dig deeper in my pockets and buy a new model. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. IB wants me to not get a big one. He wants me to get a small one. I don't want a small one, I want that one. It's the camera of dreams. So yeah, I'm absolutely certain that is the one I want, but I'm beginning to think January sales now, so I think I'm just gonna have to stick with one I've got for now, with all the focusing issues and everything else that I've got problems with it. Anyway, the other thing is, you know how I was saying earlier that I was trying to get a day ahead with the vlog so that I can fit in that day of work at the office? Well, apparently I'm not needed now till after Christmas. So I'm not working at the office, which suits me just fine because honestly I've got plenty to do, so that's fine. But I did so much last week that apparently I set everything now. It's winding down for Christmas a bit now, and so New Year for the next stint of that. I definitely need a cup of tea, and I've still got admin jobs to do with my music work, so I'm gonna make a cup of tea and get on with those. I have tea. Our friend in the band calls it God's healing tea. I need some healing tea. Oh dear. I've just been on the internet researching how long my battery's going to last in my flute pickup. Hundreds of hours apparently, and I'm just printing out the instructions here on how to change it. And I'm going to put that in, well, I'll read it now and then I'll put it in my case in with it. So if the worst happens, I'll be able to do it in the gig. Turns out that little pin that came in the box is for prizing the battery out, so I'm gonna attach it to the instructions there. I'll put it in there and then put it in with the battery in my flute bag, and I'll have it all to hand then. Going down. It smells lovely down here. I'm going to need to rationalise this gig bag at some point. It's getting a bit silly. Ugh. I'm sure there's more in there than I need to be carrying around on a regular basis. Oh look, I popped those in, ready for the festive period. Battery powered fairy lights. It's my jack lead. Now this, I think I need to rationalise that, honestly. It's my wireless pickup. What else have we got in here? That's my flute mic. See, and there's the old flute mic and bits and bobs, batteries for it, leads, screwdriver for changing batteries. That's a spare power supply, so spare one of those just in case that breaks, and that actually has broken, so probably they should come out now and I should just take my new one. But I feel a bit anxious not having a spare mic just in case it goes, and there's a spare jack lead in case that jack lead doesn't work or somebody else needs one. What's that? Oh, spare cutlery. Well, no, you do need that at gigs. Earplugs and wet wipes that have completely dried out. Sometimes the leads get covered in dust, especially if you're playing in a barn or something. I'm not going to rationalise that now. Oh, and the belt is for clipping the power supply too, if I'm wearing a dress, which I generally tend to these days. Okay, here's my concession. The shaky egg is coming out. As well as the spare power supply, because that effectively is the spare mic now, so I don't need a spare of the spare. I think that's going over the top. The dried up wet wipes are coming out though. I've just caught sight of the clock. It's late. I'm in one of those moods now because I feel like today is just frittered away. It was going really well until I got distracted with the whole camera situation, and then I spent ages fiddling around getting those clips sorted out for the man, and then the clock was just going round and round, and now I'm all discombobulated. Anyway, thank you so much for watching me and my discombobulation. If you liked the video, you should please give it a like and subscribe down below for more videos from me. Hopefully filmed on the Canon D90 at some point. That would be nice.